Hello and welcome to Miniature Adventures. I'm Big Lee and today I want to talk about keeping young at heart and why I never want to grow up. Now, it's a commonly held truism that we lose our childlike wonder of the world as we grow older. We put away childish things and we grow up. But I've always considered this to be one of the great tragedies of the human condition. Real life makes bitter, pessimistic cynics of the best of us, constantly looking back at the golden days of our youth instead of forwards to the future. So that begs the question, does that make those of us that still play with toy soldiers special or just immature? So I'm one of those people that consider Peter Pan to be one of the great heroes of literature. His philosophy, never grow up, is a mantra I've always tried to live by. Now obviously I have had to grow up, and despite my best efforts I've been forced to become a responsible, functional adult, sort of. But I've consciously tried to keep the little boy alive in me through my love of gaming and miniatures and my love of all things that I'm interested in. The day that I lose my passion and my childlike wonder of the world, my enthusiasm for new discoveries, my love of life, is the day to put me out of my misery, because surely without that sense of wonder everyone must be miserable, surely, gloomy and depressed. So why do I think you should never grow up? I think playing with toy soldiers has definitely kept me young of mind. Up here. Eager, excited, inspired, enthusiastic, even if the old joints are increasingly uncooperative. Real life responsibilities, worries, regrets soon get left behind as I revert to being a big kid. Now don't get me wrong, I've got an interest in politics, I take life seriously, I do have responsibilities. My day job involves working with very serious issues and very vulnerable people. But when I need to, I can flip a switch in my head and the inner child is able to take over and push all of that away. That philosophy, never grow up, is a strength, not a weakness, and it has served me very well during my entire adult life. So I've been thinking a lot this week about what it is that makes this particular wargamer happy. The saying, growing old is inevitable but growing up is optional, is another way of expressing the same sentiment as Peter Pan's never grow up. It's a mantra to live by in my humble opinion, and one I've taken to heart my whole life. It's central to the reason why that I consciously decided not to hide my hobby from friends and colleagues. That philosophy of keeping that sense of wonder and enjoyment alive is so much a part of who I am. And don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of bereavements, redundancies, setbacks, regrets, disappointments, the same as everyone else. It's part of life and something none of us can avoid. But as I have said plenty of times before, my hobby is a very positive experience for me that keeps me happily engaged and gleefully distracted from life's problems. Now I know I'm covering ground that I've covered many times before in some of these videos. It's been discussed quite a lot by me, but it's been on my mind particularly this week because of the contrast between the buzz I got from my hobby running a demo game at a show last weekend and the rest of my week back in the adult world. I believe my inner child has given me the resilience to deal with all the rest of life shit, which begs the question, what about you? Do you agree with my Peter Pan philosophy of life, or am I just immature? Are you a big kid at heart, and have you managed to keep that childlike wonder alive into adulthood? I suspect, given the nature of our hobby, that many of you will agree with me. But as always, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below or over on my blog, Big Lee's Miniature Adventures. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and share, and if you want to keep up to date with weekly content from this channel, please tap the bell notification icon. So until next week, stay safe, keep gaming, keep young at heart and young of mind, and of course, keep rolling high.